You know that feeling? Waiting ages for a game, it's finally almost here, and you just crave the real scoop, but without drowning in forums.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we're doing this deep dive on Grand Theft Auto 6 today. You want the quick, solid info, and we're going to break down everything official and what those juicy leaks tell us right up to today, April 15th, 2025.
Precisely. It's about getting a full picture, but, one you can actually digest easily.
Yeah.
We're looking at the official trailer, that first big tease, and then layering on all that stuff fans dug up from the leaks.
Right. It gives you the official story and the unofficial glimpses.
You get the polished reveal from Rockstar, but also those raw insights from the development process. Great combo.
Absolutely. So we've got the trailer info, obviously a masterclass in hype, but then there's this amazing fan-compiled stuff like the GTAVI document. It's like having the shiny brochure and the early blueprints.
And those blueprints, the leaks, they often show the nuts and bolts, the actual mechanics, the world systems that the slick trailer maybe only hints at, putting them together. That's how we start figuring out not just what GTA 6 is, but maybe how it'll actually play.
Okay, awesome. Let's dive in then. We're going to cover the big stuff. Release date, platforms, obviously, the return to Vice City and this whole Leonida state.
Yep.
The new protagonists, Lucia and Jason. Can't skip the trailer phenomenon. And then the really meaty part, the gameplay details from those leaks. Sound good.
Perfect. Let's start with the release. The official line is fall 2025. That's straight from Rockstar and Take-Two.
Right, I remember the Take-Two CEO, Strauss Zelnick, sounding pretty confident about that time frame.
He did. And in game development, that kind of public confidence from the top usually means something. Suggests they're pretty far along,
Gives you a bit more faith in that date, definitely. And platforms. What are we looking at initially?
Initial launch is confirmed for PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S. So current-gen consoles are covered from day one.
Good, good. What about PC players? Any word?
Well, nothing official yet.
Yeah.
But if you look at Rockstar's track record, like with GTA 5 and Red Dead 2.
They came later, right?
Exactly. Consoles first, then a PC version usually follows after some time for optimization. So while it's not announced, history strongly suggests PC players will get it eventually, just probably not at the initial launch.
Makes sense. Okay, let's talk setting. We're going back to my city. It's official.
Yep, back to Rockstar's take on Miami.
Yeah.
But it feels bigger this time. It's not just Vice City, it's the state of Leonida, which is clearly their Florida.
And it's modern day, right? The trailer definitely had that vibe.
Oh, absolutely. Neon lights, beaches, but also that sharp GTA satire aimed at, modern internet culture, social media, all that stuff. Very contemporary.
And the world looks pretty diverse, too. Saw cityscapes, but also, wetlands? Maybe smaller towns?
Yeah, the trailer hinted at a much more varied map than just the city. Urban sprawl, swamps, maybe more rural spots. Suggests a really big open world.
Which leads to all the map size speculation. It's been wild.
It really has. The leaks sort of fueled it, and then you had analysts like Michael Pachter throwing out these huge ideas.
Wasn't he suggesting a mix of Vice City, San Andreas, Liberty City, even Europe? London.
He did mention that, yeah, a kind of mashup. Now, we have to stress that's purely speculation, totally unconfirmed by Rockstar.
Right, important caveat. But you can see why fans get excited about that kind of possibility, can't you? A map that massive.
Oh, absolutely. It would be incredible. Whether it ends up being just a massively detailed state of Leonida or something even crazier, the expectation is definitely for Rockstar's biggest world yet. And the leaks do show a lot of environmental variety within that Leonida setting.
Okay, let's shift to the people we'll be playing as. Lucia and Jason, is it?
Lucia, yeah. And her partner is reportedly named Jason. And Lucia is a big deal. The first playable female protagonist in the main 3D series.
That is significant. A fresh direction for GTA.
Definitely. And their relationship seems central. The trailer gave off strong Bonnie and Clyde energy, didn't it?
Totally. Robberies, car chases. That line, the only way we're going to get through this is by sticking together, being a team. Really hits that theme.
Exactly. It suggests the story is really built around their partnership, their dynamic.
And the leaks pointed towards being able to switch between them, like in GTA 5?
Yeah, it seems very likely. A dual protagonist system letting you jump between Lucia and Jason. Offers different viewpoints, maybe different skills or mission types too.
Cool. And the reaction to Lucia seemed really positive overall. People seem excited for that change.
Overwhelmingly positive, yeah. It feels like a good move. And, the leaks even gave us tiny details like debug code mentioning Lucia is around 5'3" and Jason's taller, maybe 6'1".
Oh, really? Small details, but they start to flesh them out, don't they?
Exactly. Helps you picture them even before you play.
Okay, the trailer.
Yeah.
December 4th, 2023. Man, that wasn't just a trailer drop. It felt like a global event.
Event is definitely the right word. The numbers were staggering. What was it, 93 million views in 24 hours?
Something like that, yeah. And almost 9 million likes. Just huge engagement. Showed how much people wanted this game.
No kidding. And that 90 seconds, pure Vice City, pure Rockstar, looked amazing, had that satirical edge. The twerking on cars, the naked gardener.
Yeah, they definitely leaned into the Florida Man vibe, didn't they? But with that modern twist.
For sure. And the social media integration was interesting, too. Those TikTok-style clips, the live streams, suggests it might be part of the gameplay, maybe.
Could be, like an in-game social media feed or something. And the music. Tom Petty, Love is a Long Road, perfect choice.
Wasn't it just? And the streams for that song apparently jumped like crazy afterwards, like 37,000% or something.
Wow. Shows the trailer's cultural impact. It also teased returning spots like the Malibu Club, right? And new places like Port Gellhorn.
Exactly. Set the scene perfectly. Gave us just enough to get hyped.
Okay, now for the stuff the trailer didn't explicitly show the gameplay insights from the leaks, this is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Definitely. The trailer was atmosphere, hype, but that big September 2022 leak with all those videos from an early build, that gave us a real look under the hood.
Even though it was clearly unfinished work, right?
Oh yeah, very much work in progress, but still invaluable for seeing the systems they were building. So let's break some of that down. Combat looked different.
Yeah, seemed more dynamic, like switching weapons between hands.
Yeah.
And actually picking up guns from the ground.
Exactly. Adds a bit more realism, maybe some tactics. And the world felt more interactive, too.
Like buying gumballs.
Yeah, the gumball machine. But also NPCs doing more complex things, like cleaning crews, cops using crime scene tape. Makes the world feel more responsive.
And vehicle controls. Saw something about a D-pad menu.
Yeah, it looked like quick access to vehicle functions, maybe adjusting handling or lights or other stuff on the fly.
Communication, too. That What Up app.
Yeah. The WhatsApp parody. Suggests maybe in-game messaging, perhaps coordinating with your partner or getting mission info that way.
And the AI. Heard whispers of really advanced AI, loads of world events.
The rumors are ambitious, yeah. Over 1,500 world events mentioned in files is a lot. Plus, improved water physics, interacting with wildlife like gators. Could make things feel really emergent and unpredictable.
The leaks also showed specific actions, right? Like carrying bodies.
Opens up possibilities for stealth, hiding evidence, also robbing and threatening NPCs in more detail, picking up small items like bottles, hats, car parts. Adds to immersion.
And that eagle eye system, like in Red Dead?
Potentially, yeah. Speculation is it might be Jason's ability, highlighting items or threats. Would make sense.
What about character customization? Weight and muscle systems mentioned?
There were hints, yeah. Character models look slightly different across clips, suggesting maybe your physique could change based on lifestyle in-game, like RDR2 again.
And the weapon wheel looked different, maybe limited slots.
Seemed that way. Like you could only carry a certain number of weapons in specific categories, assault, handgun, melee, tools. Might force you to plan your loadout more.
More strategic. And a separate quick inventory for health items.
Yep, for things like trauma kits, pills, quick access in a firefight without opening the main wheel. Makes sense.
Okay, beyond the basics, what about totally new systems hinted at? Money laundering seemed pretty explicit.
Yeah, that washing machine icon with a $ tied to a car wash.
Yeah.
Pretty clear signal. Suggests a deeper criminal enterprise system needing to clean your cash.
Maybe involving buying businesses to do it.
Quite likely. Adds that strategic economic layer. And robberies looked more complex, too.
That Hank's Waffles robbery footage was key, right? Showed more interaction.
Definitely. And Jason, seen in a pawn shop robbery, mentions of cargo container heists. Suggests more variety in targets. And you could apparently command your partner during them.
Oh yeah, like telling Jason what to do.
Seems so. Prompts like, check in with Jason, or follow, hint at more collaborative heists when you're playing as the other character.
Cool. And places to sell stolen stuff. Fences.
Yep, mentions of a car fence, an art fence, specific spots to offload different types of loot.
What about hacking? Lucia looked like she had the gear for it.
Track jammer, immobilizer bypass, USB drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strong hints that hacking security, cars, Maybe accessing areas will be part of her skill set.
And the police system sounded tougher. Witnesses giving full descriptions, cops recognizing your car.
Makes evasion harder. Can't just ditch the car around the corner, maybe. And that option to surrender during a robbery, that's totally new for GTA.
Wow, yeah. Could have led to different outcomes, and the list just kept going, didn't it? Going prone.
Prone, switching shoulders while aiming, grappling in fights. A buddy ping system, cover mode, shooting from car windows is back.
Walking while in cover. Loot bags. Self-revive.
All hinted at. Plus the hair and beard growth from Red Dead 2. Clothes, getting dirty, eating and drinking from inventory.
Smoking. Cop traps.
Better AI generally.
Yep. And maybe an option to play without the minimap for hardcore players. A new police dispatch timer system. CCTV cameras you need to avoid.
Restraining NPCs with zip ties? Looting vehicles? A carjacking system that might fail. Seems so. More detailed car interiors with working GPS too. Even entering as a passenger.
Man, that's a lot of potential new stuff. And activities too, like mini games.
Dice, golf, races, fishing mentioned.
Yeah.
Plus collectibles like car parts and hats. And for multiplayer fans, that screenshot showing a 32-player lobby plus spectators.
It just paints a picture of a game that's incredibly dense with features and systems, a real evolution.
It really does. The potential scope is huge.
And one thing that really struck me about the leaks was the detail, even in that early footage. The small thing.
Oh, absolutely. That's classic Rockstar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the raccoons in the trash, light shining through ears.
Yeah. Or Jason hitting the brakes on the bike before starting, NPCs taking selfies, wind affecting stuff realistically.
Destroyed pool chairs, scuff marks on carpets inside.
Yeah.
Even the construction status of that bridge matching the trailer scene. It shows incredible consistency.
And the NPC reactions seem better too, like that Jesus finally line when the cops showed up.
Makes the world feel so much more alive when they react like that. Or running with their phones out when attacked. Detailed interiors everywhere, TVs playing.
Particles on water, lily pads moving, cops checking side windows during chases, different entry animations for Lucia and Jason.
Lucia crawling across the seats.
Yeah.
NPCs getting ready to play tennis. It's just layers upon layers of detail.
Even weather effects looked intense, like hurricane-level stuff. Bullets scratching cars with sparks, dead leaves on the ground, improved lighting at night.
It all adds up to make the world feel incredibly tangible and immersive, even in those unfinished builds.
What about the audio? Did the leaks give us clues there?
Yeah, seemed like a big focus too. Weapon sounds were described as louder, more impactful, maybe like GTAVI's sound design.
And more detailed environmental sounds.
Definitely. Impact sounds when cars hit, better falling sounds, more realistic door sounds, police sirens echoing properly off buildings, reverbing containers.
Ambient stuff too, like seagulls, chatter.
Richer soundscapes. Interestingly, most radio music was placeholder from GTAV, except for Deep Purple's Smoke on the Water.
Maybe a clue. Or just a random track they had in.
Hard to say, but it stood out.
Okay, let's dig into the locations themselves. We know Leonida is the state, with Vice City, Miami, and Port Gellhorn, Panama City, as key areas. Any other influences?
Seems like maybe some Georgia inspiration, too. Mention of a prison, mountains, things not quite typical Florida.
And the fan document broke down specific neighborhoods based on real places.
Yeah, impressively so. Vice City areas like Edgewater, maybe with the Jack of Hearts Club, North Vice City, Little Haiti, South Beach with Ocean Drive, Key Biscayne, Vice Beach Marina, Rock Ridge, like Little Havana.
And Port Gellhorn sounded substantial, too. Car wash, police station, motel, soccer field, strip clubs.
Construction sites, gas station, warehouses, train station, clinic, beaches, bingo hall, trailer park, wastewater plant. A lot listed for Port Gellhorn. Pawn shop, bowling alley, fishing store, wilderness area, Bocamar Bridge.
Then other regions mentioned. Yorktown, the Keys, La Pearl, Red Hill, Hamlet, Homestead, the Grass Rivers, Everglades.
Lake Leonida. Plus returning names like Leaf Links, Washington Beach, even underwater spots hinted at ruins, a research facility, a whale graveyard.
Whale graveyard! Wild! And that failed space launch site near Cape Canaveral.
Here's Sierra R, failed space launch, yeah. Strong suggestion of a Space Coast area. The level of specific landmarks listed is just nuts. Drainosaur World, Fairyland Forest.
Toxic Floating Trash Island, Redneck Yacht Club, okay.
Yeah, shows the range. And the highways, like I-95, look closely modeled on Miami's I-97. Fans have done amazing work overlaying leak footage onto real maps.
Identifying places like Ocean Beach, Edgewater, that park, the stadium.
Depot Park, yeah, becoming the Vice City Mamba Stadium. It shows Rockstar's commitment to detail is still there, maybe even ramped up.
Shifting to development itself, the leaks gave us build versions and
Yeah,
dates.
the fan doc tracked them. Shows a timeline from maybe 2019, 2020 up to September 2022 when the leak happened. Gives a rough idea of progression.
And the PC specs used for recording those leaks.
Listed a range of high-end gear. Shows what they were developing and testing on internally at the time.
And the state of the game analysis was interesting, based on the executable file names.
Right. Seeing GameWin's 64 bankrelease.exe in later clips from Sep 22 is potentially significant.
What does bank release usually mean in development terms? Feature complete.
Generally, yeah. It suggests the core systems, UI, main gameplay loop are functional and in place. It often comes after beta, content complete, and before the final push for polish and bug fixing.
So if they were potentially at that stage back in late 2022.
It aligns with that fall 2025 release window, suggesting the last couple of years have been heavily focused on polishing, debugging, optimization. Like that Final Fantasy VI Kemet comparison, they made content complete about a year before launch, then polish.
Gotcha. And there was one more small leak mentioned about Python code.
Yeah, separate from the main gameplay leak. This was apparently code related just to the menu system.
Anything interesting from that?
The analysis suggested a possible menu color scheme. Purple background, white text. The specific purple hex code, hashtag 80080s, was even mentioned.
Huh. A tiny detail, but another piece of the puzzle.
Exactly.
Okay, so wrapping this all up. This deep dive into GTA 6, using the trailer, the leaks, everything up to mid-April 2025, it paints a picture of something huge.
It really does. You've got the fall 2025 window, the massive detailed return to Vice City and Leonida, the dual protagonists, Lucia and Jason, that blockbuster trailer, and then this incredible wealth of gameplay ideas and details from the leaks. It's nostalgia meets ambition.
We really wanted to give everyone listening a clear, solid rundown of where things stand, cut through the noise and just lay out what we know and what's strongly hinted at.
And it leaves you thinking, right? With this mix of the familiar Vice City setting, but all these potential new features, the scale, what's the one thing you're most excited to actually get your hands on? And a bigger picture, how do you think GTA 6 is going to push the open world genre forward?
Good questions to chew on. Definitely keep exploring the discussions out there. Fall 2025 feels far away, but man, it looks like it'll be worth the wait.